Whether an author, writer, or entrepreneur of some kind, we run into challenges that get in the way of our goals. What usually gets in the way of author success is life in general. Author solutions come with prioritizing your activities in relation to your important goals. In other words, the more something is important to you, the more you become willing to give up other things and move things around in your life in order to make sure that your goals are being achieved. Underneath that can lie things like feeling undeserving or a bit of a martyr-related issue, always putting others in front of you as more important than what your things are. And that's not just an incorrect thing to do, it's wrong on many levels. For one thing, it deprives you from your own happiness. It also deprives those who you're taking care of, so to speak, because you could actually better enhance their lives simply by you being happier and doing better. Also, through your success as an entrepreneuring author, you would actually be more equipped to do whatever it is that you're wanting to do for them. So it's a bit of a catch-22 or the chicken and the egg theory sort of thing as far as becoming a successful author is concerned. I think most aspiring authors and authors run into similar
I mean, they have jobs, and when do you sit and have that, even if the moment strikes you, when do you get into that mode? And how? Like, I have a 5-year-old running around me, 4 days a week, and so that makes it difficult sometimes to, be in my moment and still care for him and not push him to the side, because obviously as a mom, you don't want to ignore that duty, and that's a 24/7 job. That's not something that you can clock out of. And he's patient with me most of the time on things, especially as he is almost now 6. It's a little better, but he's well aware of when I'm working, and you want me to wait now, don't you, Mom? And it's like, the heartstrings, go for that. Yes, okay, I'm getting up now, and thinking, especially if I'm in the middle of a scene in my mind of how I want something to go, and being able to go, okay, I need to remember that. And I have found that a lot of the times where I write is after everybody's gone to bed, and it's quiet, or if there's so much noise happening around me, if the kids are playing and I know that they're okay, and then, my husband's working or whatever, and there's just a lot of randomity going on, I almost feel like I can create a bubble and be okay, because there's enough activity. If it's too stark and quiet, I kind of go and the thinking and what if did I forget, and all the mind things of what did I forget to do today, and it's almost too quiet. So, but there are times where I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I go, thought, and I'll go and jump on my computer and be inspired for an hour or two, and then there's times where I could write all night. I have done it many times where 3 a.m. and then suddenly it's 7, and I'm still going, and it's like, shoot, I have to stop because kids have to, life happens, and being able to create around that. And I'm lucky. I'm in a position where I work for someone that wants my success. He really is such a supporter of my drive and my art. He's a fan, and the fact that I have someone that is that talented backing me and wanting me to do well and wanting my progress and giving me tips and help and spending hours, I mean, if not as many, close to as many hours as I've put into a story to help me make it perfect, or as perfect as it can get. I can probably edit. I think it's one of those jobs that you can just edit forever, and it's never quite good enough. And I think as I've worked with him and learned so much as a storyteller and as character building and in the technique itself of writing and being able to put the whole thought down without it being redundant or missing something or too close to one view, and being able to capture all of the identities in it. It's been an interesting build. And in my last story that I wrote, really, seriously, the only thing short was the number of words. It took me as long as my novel. And I found that it was actually harder because I was so limited in my, it had to be in this square of, you have to end it within, within so many words. It had to be under 10,000 words. And I was like, oh, there's whole scenes I have to remove now because it's too long. And then how do I make sure that you still know where she is or what she's doing or the other characters, and all of that skill. He's a songwriter, so he has that same 3-minute window of like getting the whole concept in. And he was brilliant at being able to help me with that. And so I feel very blessed in that I have a boss that wants that for me. He wants that for me as much as he wants his art. And so the fact that I have him backing me, and we talk about it all the time. He's like, so have you written today? You have to write every day. And the fact that I have someone like that in my life that supports me as much as I support him and wants to keep me inspired and is giving me things and tools, and it's really a blessing. And I know not everybody gets that. And so even before I didn't have him, it was very difficult to go, okay, I'm going to carve out this, I know I have 2 hours a day. And when you have a full-time job and you're a mom and you're a wife and you have to keep everything going, there's a lot of challenge in carving out time.